Starting off, we're going to have duck breast, bok choy, onion, garlic, ginger, orange, salt, coconut butter, and duck stock. I happened to make some about 2 days ago, so it's still fresh. I'm going to try and use up as much as we can. So the great thing about duck is that fat that you cook with comes directly on it. With duck, there's actually no trans fats. So when you're removing fat, you just gotta peel it back every time you get stuck in a point. Take your knife and just a nice little slice across. You can just come right off. So from there, you're gonna add it to the pan, and you wanna make sure that you're on a low heat because you don't wanna burn the fat. So make sure it's nice and low. Place it directly on, and just walk away. Let it start to reduce. While this is happening, you can start preparing the rest of your dish. Just make sure you keep an eye on it every few minutes. And then we're going to take away our breast from the leg bone. And if you want to take off the rest of the meat, just make it nice, soft. Try not to cut too hard, and this is where a sharp knife comes in handy. Again, you got to be careful not to cut yourself. Cut with the bone. Keep your hand and your fingertips away from where you're cutting, or else you will cut yourself. Working in the kitchen since I was about 8, I've seen too many countless guys cut their fingertips off, one being one of them. Next, we're going to be getting our ginger ready. So starting off, you're going to need a zester, which I always find is best. If you want, you can chop or mix. I'll show you how to do that. Well, you want to get off this skin of the ginger foliage. Anytime you cut, you want to make sure you have 2 fingers behind the blade and your thumb behind those 2 fingers. That way you can never cut yourself. And as long as the blade doesn't come up too high and brush past your knuckles, you won't chop the knuckle off. As you can hear, we still have our fat reducing. I still got my eye on it. Hasn't left my mind. When you're cooking, you're multitasking. We got 2 teaspoons of ginger right there. Next, you get your 2 cloves of garlic. Cutting off the ends. Take your knife, smash them. Go ahead and take off the skin. Again, 2 fingers, thumb behind 2 fingers, and feed the meat, whatever it is, under the blade, and then mince. Now obviously you slow, it doesn't really matter. Whatever pace that you feel comfortable doing. So, that seems to be ready. Just going to remove it. Put it in the same bowl if you want. And pour it out. We're going to move this and lay it up. And now we're just going to be cutting up oranges. And we're doing it all over. So, starting off, we want to get the zest off the orange. The zest. You can do zest. If you use your grater for the zest or for your ginger, you gotta clean that off. Let me don't mix it up. All you gotta do is just one swipe, pull it off. Zest is a great thing for flavor, especially when cooking. When you throw it directly on the heat, you can smell that citrus right away. Right away across the day. Is cut the onion. And again, fingers, knuckles touching the blade, thumb behind, and just feeding backwards. And then nice. And again, feed backwards. Make sure that the thumb stays behind the rest of the fingers. Now we're going to be cooking first step. Again, we want to turn our fire a little bit low and add a little bit of fat back into the pot. Add our onions. Slow cooking sweat for about 3 minutes. Add a little bit more. So now that you have the onion simmering, you want to cook it in another small pot. Put it on a separate fire. Heat it up a bit. And you're going to add your orange juice. Your zest. And your stock. Now, if you don't have duck stock, don't worry about it. You can use chicken stock or even those bouillon cubes if you so desire. So we're going to get about a spoonful of stock. So when you're making duck stock, you got to use the bones. So the flavors, this is essence of shiitake mushrooms and cut mushrooms. Let that simmer and cook for a bit and reduce, and then we're going to add that halfway through our meal. It's ready. So next, once you have your onions sweating, nice and brown as well, and a little more, just a little bit more oil, and adding your garlic and your ginger at the same time, and let that start to sweat as well. So we have our onion, garlic, mushroom mix all ready to go. As you can see, the onion is nice and opaque. The garlic is just starting to brown, not too much. You don't want to burn it. The garlic has that nice aroma. And if you come over here, you can take a look at our stock, orange juice, that's reducing. I'm just trying to get most of the heat out there so it starts to reduce and the flavor condenses. And now we're going to turn up the heat on the fire or the pan and add the meat itself. Now when it comes to flavoring, you can add salt. I wouldn't suggest pepper if you are trying to go for an Asian influence here. Add a little more fat. And a touch of coconut oil. So once duck is starting to brown on all sides, and you can leave the flavor of the sauce in there that it's creating. I personally would take it out when I re-add my vegetables, but that's more for presentation. The flavoring of the duck itself is also in your sauce, because you got the duck stock. Now if you're just using chicken stock or vegetable stock, that's fine to leave that flavor in. You can even take that and pour it in here, and that way you'll have more of that duck flavor to it. Now that we heat everything back up, we're going to remove it again, last time. We're going to add in our bok choy with the sauce, and you'll see why I do it this way. Just go ahead and pour it on in. Again, bok choy will reduce, it does become much smaller, so don't worry about putting in extra. Pour our sauce over. Take a little bit at a time. Let it slow cook and reduce. Let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to add in just a little bit more. Again, just a little bit at a time. Don't want to oversaturate it. Add a pinch of salt. Ready? We're going to add back in all our flavors and add a little more stock. Let it emulsify for another 5 minutes or less until you feel that you're ready to eat. Add just a bit more stock. And that's how you make a duck melon stir fry.